just talk about being with this team. It's our first time having a chance to talk to you since the trade. Can you talk about being in your role? Obviously, I think you want to be a starter. Can you talk about how far have you progressed with your surgery and injury?
Right now, I'm feeling great, honestly. I think I'm going to play it safe, obviously. You know, we still have a bit to go before the season, so I'm not going to rush into anything, but that said, I'm feeling good. I'm excited to be here. We got a young, energetic group, and the great thing is we got some youth that has a little bit of experience as well. You know, if you look at their age, you wouldn't necessarily assume that, but it's true, and hopefully we can parlay that into something special.
What do you see your role on this team? As a starting center, or is that one of the reasons why you thought it was pretty good to come here?
Yeah, I've always kind of built myself as a defensive player. I'm focused on that before, and I definitely think it goes without saying that that's something I can do here. I can guard the bigger players, make an impact on that side of the floor.
Talking about defensive player, just talk about. I know Anthony's not here yet, but are you really excited to be, on the court with Anthony Davis? I mean, if a guard comes through the lane, has to go between y'all two guys, I think he might be in the second row with the ball.
From what I've seen of him, he's a fantastic. He's got great timing. He's long, athletic, and I think I don't think I'm too bad of a defensive player. So I think we make a heck of a tandem down there on the defensive end. Hopefully we can kind of close down some lanes.
You noticed that this year, although they struggled to win a lot of games, they had a lot of close games in their average points against was relatively low. Maybe speaks to the philosophy of the coach.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you mesh well with that philosophy?
I think so, yeah. Actually, with the exception of Phoenix, in college and high school, I always played, with low-scoring, successful teams. I was always a more of a defensive kind of grounded-out player, and I think that's something I can definitely get accustomed to here.
You've been in the NBA for 4 years. I mean, what do you think are the areas where you can, show the most improvement, or areas that you can keep getting better on?
I think that I have room for improvement, lots of room for improvement in every area. There's nothing there's not just one thing I think I need to get better at. I think it's, a lot of different things. There's always room for improvement. Everybody's getting better in this league. That's the way, that's how it stays alive. That's how it keeps growing. But I think for me, maybe try to play without fouling a little bit. Try to keep developing my offensive game. I think I did an okay job of working on it last year. Try to keep that progress going, keep that progress alive.
Are you excited at the prospect of getting some big-time minutes again? I know 2 years ago, the 2010-11 season, you were starting most of the season. Last year, you were averaging 14 minutes a game. You excited to get up there in the 30, 35 minutes a game spectrum again?
Well, however many minutes I play, as long as they're consistent for me, that's okay. I find it's a little rough to play, maybe 30 minutes one game, then 12 minutes another game. As long as they're good, consistent minutes, I know what I'm supposed to do out there. I'm going to try to go out there and do the same thing. As long as they're consistent minutes for me, I'm good. I'm okay. Whatever my role is, that's fine.
Has it been frustrating for you a little bit with the injuries that you've had?
Yeah, honestly, I think any athlete who's gone through injuries, nobody wants to experience them. They want to be out on the floor playing, and especially in a competitive league like this, that can, kind of make or break a season for you. I don't want to make any excuses, obviously, because there's other contributing factors. I wasn't where I should have been. I wasn't up to par, I guess, but that can be rough. So being almost healthy right now, or just definitely being on that course, that's a very exciting thing for me. Right now, I feel great.
What do you know about Mike Williams and his reputation in terms of helping players develop? Do you know much about him?
I've heard nothing but good things about him. My friend Quincy Pondexter, who I went to high school with, he actually played here, and I was talking with him about New Orleans, the whole organization in general, especially Monty. He was a huge fan of Monty. Had nothing but fantastic things to say about him, about the way he develops players.
You think a big thing that he stresses defense, and you, a defensive type of player, really helps your style of play?
Oh yeah, no. I'm definitely a fan of that. Wholeheartedly agree with that. So hopefully, hopefully we'll see eye to eye on a lot of things.
Do you get to hang out with your brother much anymore? Is it NBA life or?
Yeah, no. I saw him quite a bit this summer. I'll see him twice this year. Maybe once over All-Star break. We'll see what happens. But
Yeah.
yeah.
You see him usually in West Coast, or what's your off season been like?
I go back to California. I'm between Fresno, California, and Los Angeles.
Are you in the gym working? I mean, what are your rehab?
Right now, it's a lot of stuff to make sure the leg comes back strong. Correctives to make sure it doesn't fall into any bad habits. Then on the 0G, the Alter G, excuse me, to running at 70%, 80% weight.
What is it like for you to see so many guys working out so early? I mean, I know most of the teams, guys start coming in after Labor Day, but
Oh, no,
guys here.
No, I love it. I guess it goes back to that player development thing. But you know what? It means that we're all hungry to get better, hungry to try to get to where we think we should be, and where we know we should be.
You feel it's a new start?
I do, yeah. Yeah. For myself, and I see a lot of new faces here, so I think it's a great start, a great fresh start for everybody.
You missed Trent by like a year. Huh?
He came to a couple of my, he's come to a couple of my games in the past few years. But I love Coach Johnson. I think I've always been an intense player, but when you're practicing with him, on the floor, kind of gets taken up a notch. I think that's great. If you ask Landry Fields, he'll agree with you. It's always a very energetic, very combative practice session when Coach Johnson is at the helm.
Been kind of surprised that you got it out this year. Or?
No, that's the college game, kind of.
What's that mean?